What's up, boys, and welcome back, this time to episode number 3 of our Nottingham Forest career mode on FIFA 15, and it's a massive episode today. If you haven't watched last episode, go and check it out, because we got promoted to the Premier League, a massive achievement in our first season. We beat Middlesbrough in the playoff finals, and we are now in the Premier League, and hopefully we can keep Nottingham Forest where they belong in the Premier League, and maybe even bring them back to glory and win the Champions League as well. But going into it, the budget was absolutely terrible. The board stiffed us over. £3.6 million in the Premier League is just nowhere near enough money. So we're going to have to raise some funds. We're going to have to sell some players, maybe bring some loans in. Who knows? We're going to have to build a much stronger squad, though, because although the team is good, it's just not Premier League quality. I don't think so anyway. We've got some good players. We've also got some loans returning. This Mievski guy, the left midfielder, who I can't remember his name, Jamie Mackey as well. So probably not starters, but I can definitely shift them on and make a little bit of money from them. We also had loads of transfer offers come in straight away for our striker, Matty Fryatt, who's 70 rated, he's 29 years old, and every single time I was asking for sort of 2.6, 2.7 million. I think we had 4 or 5 transfer offers from him in the end. So yeah, I said like 2.6, 2.7 million, and he's all yours. We also had a transfer offer for Kelvin Wilson, who just doesn't get anywhere near our team, so 750 grand. First signing as well, Joel Dixon, a goalkeeper, absolutely quality, 71 rated on loan. I think it's a good signing. We also let Barea go on loan because he's just not great. But yeah, there's our new goalkeeper, Joel Dixon. Season-long loan, I think he's decent enough. We don't really have enough money to buy a quality keeper. I also really wanted to bring in a midfielder because if you remember last year, we had a lot of loan players in the squad and they all left at the end of the season, so that was a bit of a negative as well. We put in a load of loan offers. Rolando Aarons, Tika Musonda, tried to put a little cheeky offer in for Malumbu as well because he only had 12 months left on his contract. Origi as well, that would be a massive signing if you could get him on loan. Daniel Amati was the other one, but it just didn't quite have enough money for him. What a signing this would be. 20 years old, 74 rated. But we had some loan offers accepted, which was absolutely massive. Tika Musonda, who I know, weirdly in this game, grows to like a ridiculous rating. Rolando Aarons, who's quick, probably won't start in our team, but he's a good backup. He's a good bench player. Really like the look of him. And also Divock Origi, they actually accepted it. Now, all these players have very high wages, so that pretty much ate into all of our money. There was only one thing I could do, and that was beg the board for £5 million to finish mid-table. And what did they say? Oh, do you know what, mate? We've not seen enough of you. Lads, I got you promoted in my first season, and you're still not flipping letting me have £5 million, because I really wanted this money, because I had 2 offers, well, I had loads of offers accepted, actually. We had a Marty deal literally on pen and paper, signed up. We had Ricky Lambert accept, and we also had, who's the other one? Lucas Podolski accept as well. So some big signings. I did actually lose some footage here. I played against City and Chelsea, lost both of them, but that was how the team was looking at the end of deadline day. And now it is time to get into the gameplay. First up, it was Southampton away at St Mary's, a team who are absolutely class this sort of period of time. They of course had Mauricio Pochettino managing them, and they were just brilliant. Also, I forgot to say about the team, we also signed Nathan Ake for £1 million. New left back, young, love it, and we bought Januzaj back on loan as well, which was a nice signing. But Assombalonga puts us ahead at St Mary's, who's looking to continue his brilliant championship form and take it into the Premier League, which is a different kettle of fish really. But yeah, tried to clear this one and it bounced straight back to Brian Ruiz, which is the most Southampton signing ever. I don't know why that's so like realistic, but it just is. Assombalonga coming through again, a terrible shot, but then the referee points to the spot and I'm like, hang on a minute, didn't actually see what happened, but he gave a penalty. Assombalonga stepped up and he just about puts it over the 6'7" or 6'8" frame of Fraser Forster, and we go 2-1 up, but they came back almost straight away from kickoff and scored another shitty rebound goal. I was fuming about this, and then with the last kick of the game, Assombalonga to get a hat-trick, hits it straight at Forster, and I was absolutely gutted. As you can tell by the stats, Southampton absolutely dominated us, so a point away is not bad. It's just the fact we were 2-1 up so late on, and then we bloody bottled it. But next up was an even harder game. This time it was a trip to Merseyside. It was up at Liverpool, Anfield, arguably one of the hardest stadiums to go to, and we went 1-0 down because I know Liverpool were actually trash back then, but in FIFA their team is so OP. Balotelli and Sturridge up front. They had Sterling on the wings with Markovic, both of which have like 90 odd pace. And yeah, they were just so overpowered. Origi nearly pulls one back here against his parent club, but it was too little too late. We actually had nearly 3 times their shots, but yeah, from this game, we really didn't have any chances at all. Moving on, it's another very difficult game. And also I forgot to mention back then, so John Joe Shelby did his ACL last year. It was around about this time he was coming back, and he played this game and he was just absolutely ridiculous. The guy was everywhere. What a signing he was. But we came forward early doors. Origi cun it back to Sombalonga. And I've got to be honest, that is some bullshit. Some absolutely horrendous Arsenal defending. We take the lead just before the 20-minute mark. And yeah, I mean, look at this. They've just fallen over each other. Absolutely horrendous. And then it's come off the back of Szczesny. It's just such a FIFA goal. You've got to be honest. Yeah, look at this. John Joe Shelby running through. Very close there. But he was just absolutely running the show. I've got to be honest with you. Origi had a brilliant chance there to make it 2-0, but he blasted it over. And Arsenal's team back then was just absolutely insane. So it was only really a matter of time before they scored. Also, that they had Walcott, Oxlade-Chamberlain, Sanchez, Welbeck. I mean, their team was so rapid going forward. And yeah, we just couldn't really get near him. But of all people, it was Carl Jenkinson to put the cross in, and Welbeck headed it in. I mean, it's terrible defending. Welbeck's come across the man and somehow won it. But this is what I'm talking about. John Joe Shelby, what a ball that is. And Big Cock Divock Origi makes it 2-2 at the Emirates. A brilliant bit of play from Big John Joe. We missed him so much. We had a great chance here. Origi again to make it 3-2 with 10 minutes to go. But we looked so dangerous coming forward. Origi again, and this time it was Koscielny to turn it into his own goal. It's another Arsenal calamity defensively. And you know what? Koscielny's just like, right lads, I've seen you can't put the ball in the net, so I'll just tuck this one away for you. It's a cracking finish from Koscielny. It's a shame it's in his own goal. But yeah, we were 3-2 up then, and there wasn't long left at all. But then it was Arsenal came forward yet again in the last minute, and this time it was Mesut Ozil off the post, and Dzeko, I thought he was offside. I honestly thought he was offside, but he wasn't. But then again, they missed a brilliant chance to win the game, so we kind of counted ourselves a bit lucky. An absolute slobber knocker though, away at the Emirates, a cracking game. But next up, it was another trip to North London. This time it was in the snow, and to be honest, I absolutely hate playing in the snow in this game. It's so annoying, you can't even see the ball. But they had a great chance early on there. I don't know how he's blasted that over, but look at this for a ball from Januzaj, and Sombalonga pulled down. The referee does not hesitate to point to the spot, and I'm thinking, right, this has to be a red card, right? He's denying a goal scoring opportunity. He knows exactly what he's doing, and the ref pulls out a yellow. I'm like, how the hell is that not a red? Also, I have no idea who this geezer is. Never heard of him in my life. But we do have a penalty, and a Sombalonga, who is lethal from the spot, makes no mistake. I'm pretty sure I've scored every single penalty I've taken in an actual game this series, which is, well, a great little stat there. What a ball this was from Aarons as well. And Antonio luckily got the rebound. It was finally our time to have a little bit of bullshit. And Antonio scoring his first goal of the series, I think. The guy has been pretty underwhelming, not going to lie, the whole time. But this game, I decided to play him up front, and he was absolutely insane. Tottenham just could not deal with his pace and his power. And look at this, driving through, turning and then finishing. Absolutely quality from Antonio. Bear in mind the scoreline. Look at it, it's 3-0. We're 3-0 up away against Tottenham at White Hart Lane. We're absolutely destroying them. We just absolutely destroyed them, not going to lie. They had a couple of chances. Kumalu there, the guy who got booked with a chance. But yeah, look at this. Rolando Aarons, who played that ball for the Antonio goal, gets his name on the score sheet. First goal for the club. It was then 4-0. We were 4-0 up away at White Hart Lane. This was just absolutely insane. The performance of the season, without a doubt. They did pull one back through a Jason Denier own goal, which was just unlucky. Couldn't really do anything about it. But yeah, that was all she wrote. We absolutely battered him. And you know what? What a performance. Absolutely buzzing with it. But moving on to the last game of the episode, we were up in Newcastle, playing against Newcastle, and yeah, we were in absolutely electric form going into this one. Good chance early on there for Divock Origi, who's been a little bit quiet so far. Not going to lie, this season. We did get an injury to Hobbs there, which was a little bit annoying. But a great ball in, and it was our centre-back, Manchien, with a bullet header. We haven't scored many corners, but that was a great header from our big defender. They came forward, though, with a cracking finish there. Not sure who that was, actually. But yeah, great finish. I'm not going to lie, they actually dominated us from the early doors right till the end of the game. It was not an easy place to come, St James's Park, but they were in a relegation fight, and they had a great team back then as well. Musa Sissoko, Tiote, Cisse, you know, they got some real power in there. Colaccini, good header there from Antonio, but it was all she wrote. They probably deserved to get more from the game, but a 1-1 draw is pretty fair. They're right down there in the league as well. look at that 18th position on 17 points. We are somehow in 7th. I do not know how. We started the season absolutely terribly. And after the transfer window, we were rock bottom of the table on like 3 points. Or not even 3 points. I think we had like 2 or 1. But yeah, we're absolutely flying at the minute. We've really picked up some form. Assombalonga up there with the scores as well with 7 goals. And this is how the team's looking. It's looking really good. But again, I'm worried about these loan players. We've got a lot of growth. Yanazai 78, Musonda 76. But they're all bloody loans. Even Aaron's 71. He's absolutely class. But yeah, they're all going to be leaving at the end of the season. A goalkeeper as well. So we really need some money going into next season. But yeah, that is all for the first half of the season. If you did enjoy, please do leave a like. And hopefully we will do many more of these episodes. And hopefully we'll win the league one day. And maybe even win the Champions League. But until then, I will see you guys later.